be the FNCS All-Star Showdown Solo Champion. It's happening here. It's happening right now. Put everything on pause because things are about to get wild. Let's go. Game 6. It's time.
This is that final stage, the last question, the fully final game of this huge, I would say, game show. You know, who wants to be 150,000 air, basically. There is no phone a friend option. It is solos completely. Once again, Diablo taken out, Flecken over at the Shark. Vino, 95 points. He went down inside that 5th to 6th zone rotation. Unfortunately, when it came to reaching the end game, he did not get a majority of the placement. That was his chance to get away from Tayson. They'll be locked arm in arm, first and second place, a 3-point difference.
That's one story that we have to keep an eye on. Now we're seeing Noah Riley, part of the trio mate of Reason, and Reason, his partner, is doing really well and coming in 7th place, but that's the thing that I'm worried about. I'm surprised. Vino is literally landing at Bony Birds alongside near where Reason is. Reason must have changed his drop spot. Now we're taking a look at some of the names in the Reason. We're seeing Benji Fishy up there in this dish area. Kenzel is the one that can make things happen. 3rd place. And Kenzel, I'm surprised, dude. We were talking about being that acquisitive state, answering difficult questions, and we're all wondering, can you win an FNCS championship from Coral Castle? Why, yes, you can, my friend. Why, yes, you can.
Hey, Max, you can get close, right? You can get so close. I mean, I'm hyped up to see if this man can do it. We've seen him win other big tournaments before against some of the top players in the world right now. The Benji Pink battle, I mean, this is just for personal pride right now when it goes through. These guys are so far behind individually. They can still roll up and get the tiers of prizing, but I feel like they're going to still battle it out over and over again.
Benji's just had one of those days that it was, I know I've been using the word question a lot, but we're all wondering what was going to happen to him today. What will he do in a final set lobby type vibe? We all know he's really well at solo cash cups and things of that sort. And we thought that there was a glimpse, a moment that he was able to outshine, just to show the world what he is capable of. But it just wasn't the day to day.
Not at all for the moment. Vortex finally going down. There's also always that one person, Sancho, right? That starts off the day. They look so good overall. They affect a lot of the people rolling in. And I just see high potential for Vortex for the rest of any other solos competition. If he gets a hold on the pressure on the nerves and he upkeeps that aggressive stance, can definitely affect a lot of people and be just like Vidil and Reason when it comes to aggressiveness.
I was going to say that. He was going to be a Reason Vidil 2.0. And that's the thing when it comes down to it. It's just a matter of having that experience, getting it underneath your belt. And we thought that experience will be able to be something that Hen could kind of ride out, but it's just not have enough gas in the tank here. I mean, we're talking about a pop-off of astronomical versions. I remember last season I said that one person could come. I said exactly. I was like, Hen could actually win the Sol with this trio mate, but that last game was just a little bit too much to bear. As you're seeing Pink being a little bit too much to bear for Benji Fishy. Benji Fishy's tournament run is over.
Had a good showing though, some fun on some turrets. It was a nice time to watch overall from Benji. We love to see it. And now we'll see Vino just getting all his loot together. That hot flopper there for him to make that 4th to 5th zone rotation. It's huge, making sure that no car gets to be able to drive around for free. You'll see how close things are from 11th to 20th. It is a 5-point game. It is literally 2 elims, just a little bit of placement as well, that can boost you up so far in prizing, that get you even into the top 10, Sancho. This is one of the closest solo competitions we've seen in the EU.
Vino coming from that all-star play-in, coming in 2nd place. He had an average points of 15 per game, average placement of 26 and 15 elims. So he's playing a little bit better than himself at the moment, and he's doing it in a high-tier set lobby. As you see, Reason, oh my goodness, wait, go back. He got tagged by a snipe. He got tagged by a snipe. Vino got tagged by a snipe from the distance here. He's got the box up now. This is a very dangerous position here for our 1st place. And he has to dip into that, but oh my goodness. That could have been bad if someone saw that, dude. If someone heard that shield crack, Reason was literally within an earshot him in that main tower there in Bony Burbs. You all know that. All I heard is just one of that, and that is just the dog whistle for him to go in after and eat.
Not this time, though. Vino's far enough. But because of that snipe, he might be moving in a way that he didn't actually plan to before. I mean, we see what happens when Reason finds someone at their draw spot. We've seen Reason go all the way down to Weeping Woods to find a certain type of Elim, but Vino will box up. He'll be slightly out of sight, which is the most important thing right now. You can hear the builds that he's making, and that sniper's coming from the way backside, so he went that way basically to avoid any of those shots.
And I love this intelligent play right here by Reason, understanding that majority of your points here will happen at in-game. Yeah, that's 2 points right there, but it's not worth getting. As you see in Kemi eliminating Seahorse, it's better to survive as long as possible. Because I've said it before, it's that top 10. You get placement points for every elimination that happens or occurs, and if you get that elimination, you get basically 3 points. So as you see, Shaco's honks the horn and says hello to Reason. Now this will be an opportunity that Reason may take for and take out Shaco's.
Possibly. You're talking about the 2 points you might not need. Very good breakdown from Reason as well. Moving over, he loves that topside pressure, and this time he'll keep it unorthodox, jumping all the way into the box almost straight away. It's so tough for Chickles to know exactly where he's coming from. Oh my god, Reason. Just so perfect, but he dives a little bit too far inside, takes a little bit of damage. All that is just a water splash in the face to wake him up. He's living in here. He's breathing in these fights. He loves being inside these positions. You do damage to Reason, it's a little bit of a buff. It gets scary for you then, because you know you've rattled the beast. Now, we'll see how he attacks this one right after the fact. This is going to be a 50 pot he goes for. I don't think there's enough time. Has to maybe go for the shot first. He extends out the base to get a little bit of room to pop that 50. Lots of mats invested here, but he has around 600 to still work with.
Also has a couple of eyes his way. Someone else is entering this fight. The third party, it is Swag. Swag, a name we haven't seen today on the broadcast feed. This could be very dangerous for Reason here. Had the 44-point game, vaulting him from 60 to 70th to 7th place. This just shows you how much power Reason could have and how much potential he could have in this and shake up that top of that leaderboard. No doubt anyone that's in the top is watching, and we all know it's tougher to hold on to a lead, Shayo. You play a little bit closer, things get a little bit tighter. As Thomas HD, who has been around in the top 5, it seems like all day, has yet to get a victory royale. We all know he could do it. We all see him get the snipes. And you take a look at the history of it. He came in 8th, 28th place in game 2. 3rd, he had a 19th place finish, 6th, and then a 64th place finish. So some inconsistency, but still on top of the board for most of the day.
Let's put the numbers aside and talk about the way Thomas HD has been playing today. This form of being in towers, going for snipes, it's been his first 4-game plan. He dodges one slightly from the left there as well. That could have been his entire tournament run done right there. He's coming in at 5th place overall today. In that 5th game, he switched things up by being close and personal, going slightly more for box fights or getting aggressive with the AR rather than relying on the sniper. He's taken down people like Chapix on height in the 5th zone. He's affected these games, and I would say more of a way than people in the final zones even have in the 1v1. So Thomas HD has been huge so far as a passive overlooking watcher. In this game though, he's gonna have to get a little bit more close and personal. He's gonna have to grab height himself. He's gonna have to sacrifice the pressure he loves putting on the entirety of EU if he wants to get a high placement.
And he's been getting a lot of pressure from the storm circles, and we saw that stat fly in, that when he does not pull that half in and half out, when he has to go a max distance, he's been able to survive, and he's been getting the match placements there. So no matter what, if the odds are against him, if the pressure is coming from the game itself, he still shows out. The pressure right here for Tayson, we talked about it. Wasn't Levin saying like, hey, Tayson, after that first showing where he finished in 91st place, he's like, Tayson, if you don't finish in the top 10, then you did not have a great run here today. But Tayson responded like a champion should, and he's still sitting in 2nd place. He went down early in the previous match here, only getting 2 points. So right now, only 3 points currently behind Vino.
Trippin also almost won that last game in the final 1v1 against Reason. It was literally a matter of 7 HP, 1 missed shot that separated him from being at 78 points and possibly already in 3rd and closer to 2nd place for the moment. Very strong players all around. You're talking about Tayson though, the way he's been playing, he's very, very good at just playing in isolation and early and mid game. That last game, he was kind of following other people's build paths. It's what you have to do if you want to save a lot of materials. But because of it, he kind of left that eye of the storm, you know, just being alone the entire time. Got caught in the hurricane of so many other players who were down bad on Surge. Went down in 50th place overall from half and half into the 6th zone. 85 people alive right now. There's Nebs who has huge waves and moves inside the late game. This guy's a retaker. The longer he survives, the more he abuses opponents' mistakes, the more he likes to overtake higher positions. And yes, it's just the second zone. If this goes from the number 2 to 4, 5, or 6, everyone else in first place down to 6 could be in trouble.
And this is Nebs' backyard. He's used to making these rotations. He understands the Storm Surge plan for Kier, coming in 11th place with his trio partners of Bubak and YZ in the previous season. And hey, maybe he's taking the momentum. He finished 3rd place in the UEFA Euro 2020 Cup, so it doesn't matter. We all know, you know, it's not a traditional set lobby. You have to work your way through to some opens, but still, if you're performing well there, that means you're in prime position to have a great day. And Nebs certainly in prime position to not only to add some zeros to that prize check, but maybe add a comma or two.
The UEFA Cup definitely was a huge wave of practice for a lot of players. At the same time now inside Game 6 with the best players in the world, even your old tried and tested patterns, they get put to the ultimate exam. Bubak, he's used to being close on walls, dealing damage on unsuspecting enemies. Chulex though, he's got kind of like a trip alarm set over with those ramps. If you want to see a sight light on him, you're gonna have to shoot those builds first. Very smart for him to stay away from any looming low ground shots from people like Bubak.
Tensions are at an all-time high. Game 6, Vino. All eyes are on this Rising Star. Gets gifted a supply drop here. Let's see what he gets. Okay, gets a very valuable launch pad. We've seen him recycle so many launch pads as Andalix gets Kiriachi. Kiriachi picking up Nate. Vino at 95 points, so still unable to break the distance between himself and Tayson. Still lurking just a little bit behind that is Kinzel in 3rd place with 80 points.
Man, right now what I'm watching too is the, I don't know, very beneficial Fortnite gods right now who've made every zone basically be ultimately central or somewhere near the center POIs. It's giving everyone a chance to really playing out these games. But at the same time, these max zones are really hurting a lot of players because a lot of people are side by side. You're moving up with at least maybe 15 people sometimes on the same layer, on the same path. It's very, very difficult in solos. Elocrats going down. That'll be his tournament run for today. Storm Surge active again. These players must deal damage. Tayson won't be one of them. This gas station has the best damage prices you've ever seen on the island. A quick come and go. And he's going to be looking really good overall with that 146. Tripper, though, this man's out of fuel on the pressure. 29 below. Might be Vurox he has to affect here. Possibly take out his run. It looks like he might be doing a little bit of emo. He knows exactly what Tripper needs to do. These are metal builds. This is pressure from all sides. An AR being shot down. Lightning strikes from above. Neither the players nor the gods are allowing Tripper a free pass into this final game. And it'll be Vurox, who's the lobby, I don't know, chalet that just says, hey man, it's your time has come. Here's your keys back. That'll be the 6 games you get to play.
And that's such a mistimed valet trip for Tripper. 4th place out. Only 2 points, actually 1 point behind Kinzel from getting into 3rd place. So that gives an opportunity for Thomas HC, Nebs, and Reason to move up the board. Even Bubak could catch up here, and Vino has picked up another, is getting slowly but surely got a placement point right there. I was seeing Hin picking up Joe, and he just wants no business up here. Every single title name or card that you see in front of our top 3 is so much a high alert that's happening right now. You don't want to take a shot, you don't want to shoot at them, you just want to skate on through and hopefully make it to end game.
I'm so excited for Vino right now, though, and Kinzel. Both these players play so well. When inside that 3rd and 4th zone, they're basically invisible when no one shoots at them once. They both are basically thinking a lot, don't have that added pressure of pressure, and every time we see them in this way, they hit a top 5.
Even from our, our POVs and our broadcast production, they seem to sneak on through them, man. We can't even catch them with that.
No, absolutely, and now we'll see a man who likes having the added pressure, likes playing off of other people's side of Tayson. He's there, but once again, he likes having this 3x3 box around him basically free. The game that we saw that he had this much control around him in space, I believe he ended up picking up Nebs on low ground. It was game number 2. It's the same game that he won as well. So when Tayson's in here, when he has control, it's kind of like organized control of chaos that's around him as well. He plays very, very well. He dictates, he orchestrates the people around him. He baits people in the bad spots. He forces eliminations. It's very good, and he's at that starting spot right now.
At 10th place, Snazy was just eliminated as well. So 2 people in the top 10 gone, Tripper and Snazy. Now this is it. Zone 4 is about to reveal. All these people on the outer edge of Zone 3 may have to either make a long rotation or a very short one. Time will tell here. It's coming down to the final moments, the final storm circles here. Janice in 41st place. This is what's so wild, Shayo, is that there's still names in this lobby, still players in this lobby that could be a big factor, that could be that tsunami, that could cause the chaos that stops someone on their run.
Definitely lots of players at the table. For Janice, it might be an all-in type of move right now. The loadout not looking too good. The gas canister's there. Might have a pad and a few mats, but you know what happens when you're finally at that position. You need to siphon up an upgraded loot set completely. For Nebs, though, the counteracting man, the retake king, the machete, I would say. This dude is here, sideswiping at Trio's endgame, and there's a free pass in the zone.
He's gonna need a victory royale to get him from 6 all the way to 1st. That's what's on stake for Nebs. And if I'm gonna help you out, look at that golden number. The threshold right now for 1st is at 96 points. So if we're gonna switch POVs here and you wanna keep up with us in the chaos, just look at that number. So 66, you're seeing a 30-point difference, and that is a victory royale. So if Nebs can do that, could make this ultimate comeback, that is what's on the line.
I have to be Vino and Taysom going down, which is highly unlikely at this moment, but at the same time did happen in that last game. Their ultimate test will be the 5th zone. Vino, 2 pads now in his inventory. Has a lot of materials as well to work with, but at the same time, they might just last him a single little zone. He's getting a little bit pressured on all sides. His thinking might be slightly slower. It's 4ZR, who's basically been trained by Reason at Believer Beach the entire tournament in defense of these box fights. So it'll be a very, very difficult man to invade and shoot. He's basically been fighting the best fighter on EU and winning today.
This is what I'm talking about. 4ZR, a very tremendous opponent, knows how to play defense like you pointed out, Shayo. So Vino has to be careful. Here it is, the top 3. Vino, Tayson, and Kinzel, and we're seeing how close they are. Only 3-point difference between Vino and Tayson, and right now a 12-point between Kinzel and Tayson.
Kinzel literally has a world of work to do. Yes, he's in the top 3, but he is literally 10 points behind. 5 eliminations is what he needs. He needs to start having his game right now, put the pressure on, blow up gas cans. The loot looks so good, though. It's just, he can't just sit idly by. We know that if he hits endgame and Vino and Tayson are alive, these guys survive as long as he does. He needs to make up that difference in elims, something that is very difficult to do, not only for Kinzel, but just in solos in general. So that will be at stake for him. Has to be double digits right here.
Kinzel's having the best solo performance in Season 3. He only had 26 points, and the Invitational came in at 63rd. So he's going all the way back to his 30th placement of the World Cup solos. He's going all the way back to his DreamHack Solo Championship. So that is the time machine that Kinzel's right now. The old guard showing up, being that bright star that he's always been here at the All-Star Showdown Solo.
We keep talking about tests back and forth, and this is not one that Kinzel has to pass only right now, this maximum zone. He has to score in the high 90s, so
oh my.
4 seconds, I'll have the launch pad to move, it'll be fine. He has 2 in general as well, but no, he elects for the actual spicy fish to get moving. This is genius. A lot of people will be thinking and looking for launch pads the whole way through, so he finds a few around him. He pressures a few players too. If you see someone crazy with attack and steam coming out of their ears, you get out of dodge fast, and Kinzel forces Wakey to put down that pad. He uses it and saves 2 for later.
Verox got so lucky. Kinzel was about to glide on into this box, but Verox closed the edit right there. So that would have been a 2 points as Vino picks up another placement point right here, 97. So everyone else, though, that's still alive, that's right behind him, picked that up as well. So the lead has not grown yet.
Eerie silence in this last game. 49 people alive, but you don't hear a single AR being shot for more than 3 seconds. Everyone is waiting to see where this zone will go. Will it be Reason who has the advantage? Refsguard that takes control, or Tayson? who slides away unscathed in this end game. He will have somewhat of a pull here, but I believe it's Vino on the bottom left side of the map who gets that max zone pull. There he is. Slender, Trulex, Andalex, many big names above him, but this guy is the king right now. 97 total points, a 3-point lead for the moment, and he has the biggest chance to hold it on the low ground.
This lobby is about to crash down on Vino right now. Tayson and Vino have more top 10 placements than any other player right now. This is difficult. Vino has a hopperfish, has a pad. If he could do this right now, he needs to survive as the lobby's gonna crash down on him. He may be able to do it as we're on board here with Tayson, second place. He's gonna have to make a movement, looking through all the opponents he's working his way through. A sniper shot just misses him and hits the brick here. This is our top 3 making their movement through. Let's see who survives this treacherous rotation. Kenzel's in, he's vibing. Now it is Vino up into the sky. Look at the top of your screen, folks. If Vino can make it to the front side, finds another pad, another moment to breathe as he's gliding through. Can he survive this glide? He sees a lot of names underneath him. He has height and a moment to breathe as Tayson picks up an elimination on the bottom right of your screen.
This is a triathlon of a challenge for all these top 3 players. Tayson doing that big dash, but Kinzel doesn't make it past that high jump. Another player goes straight into his box. It's Shizo that takes him out, our old second place warrior who's trying to come back into the sun. At the same time, we see Elims all across the feed. Tayson dodging them all right now.
1 point separating Tayson and Vino. 1 point separating our top 2 right now.
The Elims are made up from Tayson. Top 30 situation. The damage is looking good overall as well. Cammy, Mosh going down, but Tayson's not the same box as someone else in the feed. The beam is there. Goodness. Cannot stop the champion right now. 2 Elims. I think he's pulled away from exactly where Vino could be, and he's close over to a slightly higher layer as well. Where is Vino? All the way on low ground in his own box. He's biding his time. It doesn't matter just yet. It might be 0 Elims, but he's used so many mats to get to this situation. One on the backside of American. He needs this Elim so badly. He has the hop flopper active as well. He can actually make up a lot of space with this one and save materials. He's out now. Completely out for the moment. The final box for Vino on the top right side of your screen. He's 1 point behind Tayson right now, who's all the way up in the land of clouds, editing all the way down below. He's getting closer and closer to Vino. Vino's classic 90-degree spray. It's not enough to actually confirm any eliminations. He just does a little bit of damage. Top 11, but he finds one. A huge Elim and lots of mats. 200 to work with. It'll buy him a little bit of time. Tayson, though, on the bottom right, he's looking for his chance. A big beam, lots of shots. He's going for it, but no confirmation.
Vino retakes the lead, now in the lead by 1 point. It's 112 to 111. That's coming down to the final moments. We're on board and focusing on Vino as Reason gets taken out by Seti. So that's not going to be another big game from Tayson. But now he has eyes on Temp. Now he has eyes on Vesroki. Did Tayson pick up those eliminations? No. Vesroki just snatches that Elim from Nebs here. This is it, folks. Don't go anywhere. It's a top 6 situation, and we have 2 competitors who are going to be able to walk away right now with some big money.
Final moments, 5 people left. Vino has height, Tayson all the way in the middle. Those are the 2 eyes, the 2 names you have to be focusing on right now. Tayson is literally in a world of hurt, but at the same time finds 2. That could be the difference. It'll have to be Vino going for the win right now in order to catch up. He's going for Erkin as well. If he gets 3, that could be it. He's moving forward, forcing the placement. Tayson on all walls, but he sees everything through. Finds it. A big matchup. Tayson takes them all. The undisputed best solo player possibly in the entire world. Guild Tayson takes out everyone, literally everyone in this competition, and is your all-star champion.
What a dominating way to close it out. The golden boy of the EU region, looking strong and mighty, and got himself the FNCS All-Star Showdown Solo Championship. Wow!
One by one, Titan falls. One by one, every single legend in the scene who's looking to stop this man cannot complete the task. He is absolutely unstoppable. He is both that immovable wall and that crazy fast object you cannot slow down. Tayson is just a different beast entirely. Vino survived all the way to the very end. He had height, he had the best rotation, but Tayson himself just had the power, he had the confidence, He had the speed to dive into every box right here. He should have been taken out, but Toos couldn't do it. Tayson survived. Vino had the best clutch elimination as well, but at the same time could not use it to get to the very end. Tayson is just a different breed. He is honestly, I would say, one of the best players, if not the best player alive for Fortnite right now.
It wasn't supposed to go. It wasn't supposed to go down to that. We've never ever seen that finish before. My goodness, I am Sancho West, alongside with my buddy, my pal, Shio Wager. Thank you so much, Shio, for everything you've done for me. It's been a tremendous ride, and wow, man, what a great finish, brother.
What a great finish indeed. There's so much to break down in that last game. We got to talk it over and hand it over to Zeke, Levin, and Reese to show us the end of the All-Star event.
Tayson! Tayson! What? Tayson! I don't understand. Okay, first off, props to both these players. Vino, there's no reason you should have been alive in that end game. There's literally no reason, and yet you held on. You just crept along in the shadows. You waited to strike. You find someone. You make that impact. You make it work for you. But Tayson, guys, I love, and you can tell the moment that he drops out this elimination, he's like, wait. You can literally tell he's like, wait, I could do this. I could do this. Drops down, takes the fight below, right here. He's like, oh, okay, wait. No, I don't even, wait, let me come around here. Let me open this wall. He's gonna jump, he has to. He has no other choice. I wait for it. Boop. At this point, he's like, all right, I've won. At that point, he's already won. It's too late. He's gotten the eliminations. Vino should have checked him sooner. He should have seen all this happening. He should have gone down. Levin, I don't know how you knew. I don't know who in production gave you the script. But wow.
I can see it. It was written in the stars. You know, the last time we had any major solo competition like an FNCS Solos, Tayson was the winner. Tayson was the guy that came out on top. You know, he's renowned as one of the best players in the world, if not the best. And, you know, if you had any doubts, you know, take a look at that. Do you know what I mean? And I really did believe, like I said at the top of the show, everything was just setting up perfectly for him to be the person to come in and take it. And he had great competition. You know, Vino put up a fight till the very end. Vino had no business, like you said, being involved in that right to the very final moment. And to see it come down to the 1v1, right? Like, this is, you know, this is literally everything you could have possibly wanted. This is insane. Congrats to Tayson on winning the All-Star Showdown.
Look, you said right there, Tayson may be one of the best, or maybe the best player in the world. I'm sorry, he is. There is no doubt in my mind if Tayson's the best player, not even in EU, in the world right now. No one is able to do what he's doing. The solo placements that he's had alone, it will ignore the Trio FNCS Championship, his great placements outside of that as well. 5th in the Invitational, he won the solo FNCS, and now he's won this again, and in such a fantastic fashion as well, picking up the player who was second, which is the first time that's ever happened to win a tournament before in Fortnite history. What a huge momentous occasion, and I'm sorry, in my eyes, I have to take the GOAT crown off of Aqua, and I'm putting the GOAT crown on top of Tayson's head.
I can't believe, you know, what I've just seen this week. You know, Tayson is, you know, he's been someone who, you know, when he won the back-to-back FNCSs, you know, people wanted to see him do the free time, and he didn't do the free time, and there was so much pressure put on him. But, you know, pressure builds diamonds, and he is really a diamond in the rough. When you look at just the consistency he was able to have, get into end game after game, and honestly, I agree with you. You know, we are watching the best Fortnite player in the world. We are watching the greatest European Fortnite player, the greatest player we've seen in Fortnite. Like, this is insane stuff. How did he not go down there? How? Like, I don't even get it. Like, my mind is blown. My mind is truly blown by what Tayson has been able to do today. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
In that moment, Reese, like, I felt my heart stop. Like, I felt everything stopped for just a second, and then he was just like, nah, man, nah, Zeke, look, I do this for a living, baby. Check this out. Watch me survive and then win that game.
Look, this moment was this is the pivotal moment. Outside of the Toos elimination that realistically, I think Toos should be able to pick that one up. Toos is known for having spectacular aim, and I'm not sure what happened, but the crouch shot to go underneath, those tags alone were pivotal in this because Erkin had the right-hand peek, and obviously he then ended up whiffing anyway. And again, that shot from Vino that he missed there with his purple pump, he completely ended up whiffing, and that was a $30,000 shot. You got to think that probably kept him down in second. The victory royale potentially would have kept him in that first place. I've not done the maths on the top of my head.
It would have.
It would have. Okay.
He had to get that.
Got Tayson there.